Dude, Cenk! Oh, Tucker! Oh, somebody give me the talk. Oh, who nuked Cenk? Dude, Cenk, that guy, I think he nuked some toilets, dude. Right? Dude, all right, so here we go. You ready? Oh my God, dude. People tell me I have to hate Tucker Carlson. Dude, what the fuck? I mean, think about this, guys. Just think about this statement. Nobody's telling him he has to hate Tucker Carlson. Everyone's just wondering, like, why don't you? You don't have to, but you can't really say you're a leftist or you're a progressive and be polishing the Tucker Carlson knob, dude. The guy is like anti-Semitic. The guy is anti-LGBTQ. He's anti-immigrant. He's a white nationalist. He's a replacement theory freak. He's like so religious, like brain fried, that he thought a demon, like he claims a demon, like carved him up while he's in bed with his wife, and he had marks on his body. I mean, this guy is like a first-rate bullshitter on every front. So then the question would be, why do you trust? Like, you don't trust Emma or Francesca or you know, Sam Cedar or anybody on the left. You don't trust the leftists or the communists or the socialists or the whatever, the centrists, but you trust the white nationalist, anti-Semitic, anti-LGBTQ, anti-immigrant, replacement theory guy who lied about the election with Trump for years, got fired over a $787 million settlement, and claims that the devil scratched him when he was in bed. You trust that guy? Like, bro, there's no way, dude. Oh, Cenk. Dude, that's crazy. Okay, it's just crazy to me, guys. It's like Trump. It's like that guy who's like, I voted for Trump 3 times, and I thought he was so honest. And it's like, no. If you voted for Trump in 2024 and you thought he was honest, you're fucking lying, bro. There's no way you can tell me you thought Trump was honest in 2024. I'll give it to you in 2016. I'll maybe give it to you in 2020 if you're ignorant. But after him lying about the election for years, bro, there's no way. If you voted for Trump in 2024, you know he's a fucking liar and you don't care. And there is no other ground there. People tell me I have to hate Tucker Carlson. Oh, look at him. He's tagging him too. He's tagging him, guys. Dude, Cenk is auditioning for Tucker, guys. He is. He's like, hey, Tucker. Hey, don't forget about me over here at Poly Market Studios. Tucker, me and Anna. Oh, we're here. We'll change your diaper. He's like, dude, we will, like, whatever boots you got on, we have big, long tongues. Dude, all right. People tell me I have to hate Tucker Carlson, but no one in mainstream media was ever this decent to us. No president should mock Islam. They all smeared Muslims to help Israel. Am I supposed to disagree with this? We're not a theocracy, and God willing, we never will be. I'm an atheist now, but Tucker comes to the same logical conclusions on these topics through his faith. I grew up in a Turkish Muslim family, and no matter what our actual beliefs were, very secular in our case, national media smeared us as terrorists. I'll take this ally.
You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning?
Right.
Who do you think you are? You're tweeting out the F word on Easter morning? You'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah. So obviously you're mocking the religion of Iran. Okay. If you seek a religious war, that's a good idea. But by the way, No decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself, and we should never mock that.
Dude, look at Tucker. Oh my God, dude, this guy though has mocked shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to listen to that and say, whoa, it sounds like it actually makes sense. But like, bro.
No decent person mocks other people's religions. You may have a problem with the theology. Presumably you do if it's not your religion, and you can explain what that is. But to mock other people's faith is to mock the idea of faith itself, and we should never mock that.
I don't think we're mocking faith. I think we're mocking religion, because religion's not faith, Tucker. Religion is a power structure and money and a hierarchy, all like, you know, pushed down the line. Nobody's mocking the concept of faith. People are mocking the bullshit of religion. Just for the record, I think it's okay to mock religion.
Because at its core is the acknowledgement that we are not in charge of the universe. We did not build it. We won't be here at the end of it.
Dude, and again, like Tucker, that, right? Dude, that's funny.
We can destroy life. We cannot create it because we are not God.
Dude, we have babies all the time there, fuck nuts.
Of all faith, at the biggest picture level, is the message in our Bible, which is you are not God. And only if you think you are do you talk this way. But it's not just mockery of Islam. And no president should mock Islam. That's not your job. This is not a theocracy. We don't go to war with other theocracies to find out which theocracy is more effective. We are not a theocracy. And God willing, we never will be, because theocracies corrupt the religion.
All right. So dude, it's weird because I hear Tucker saying these words, but like, I just don't believe him. I feel like he's selling me something, don't you? Don't you feel like Tucker is selling us this like faith purist, where now he is like, you know, there's room for all faiths. There's room for like, you know, don't mock faith. Everybody's allowed to have their faith. Even you might disagree with some points, but dude, Tucker, every time a mosque opens up in America, this guy is getting one step closer to the holy war. And Cenk's like, oh, no one in mainstream media has ever been that decent to us. So, okay, so Cenk, but why do you believe that Tucker actually believes that? Tucker lied about the election for Trump. He's anti-LGBTQ. He's anti-immigrant. He hates everybody who's not a white Christian. But you think he really means that? No president should mock Islam? You think he actually believes that? You think Tucker is defending Islam? Really? Really? Can I sell you something? Can I sell you? I've got a bridge for you, Cenk. I mean, Cenk is saying because Tucker said something nice about Islam, Cenk is going to ignore all the red flags. Clean slate. All you have to do is say, no president should mock Islam, and then Cenk is yours. All right, so let's go look at his replies, though, okay? Because something tells me he's getting into some arguments with people, okay? So Biggest said Franny was right about everything, then some. And Cenk says, yeah, you guys are real class acts. I'm telling you, the Muslim community is grateful for his help on this incredibly important issue, and you're trolling for partisan and personal gain. But dude, the Muslim community is grateful for Tucker's help? Like, how did Tucker help? What help is Tucker actually giving to the Muslim community? Dude, Tucker is not a Muslim ally. I don't believe that for a second. Now, doing something about their plight would be different, right? But you don't get to vote for Donald Trump to get into office, and then when you're trying to usurp Donald Trump's power and you're trying to become the next anointed Donald Trump, you don't get to use Muslims' plight to try to power grab after you voted somebody in who seeks to destroy them. Because what's happening is the same thing Donald Trump did in Dearborn, where he used the Muslims' plight and he went to Dearborn and said, Kamala Harris is going to go to war over there. She's going to feed Israel. You guys need to trust me. And they said, oh, okay, I trust you. And then what did he do? He fucking bombed the shit out of them. He let Israel take the whole Middle East. He's taken jets and money from Qatar. And now he's blowing up Iran. And he's going to destabilize the whole Middle East. But he went to those Muslims and was like, hey, man, I hear your pain. Oh, the plight. Dude, I'll help you. That's bullshit. Oh, here we go. LOL, it's coming TYT endorsement of Tucker for 2028. And Cenk says, so the people who pretended to care about marginalized communities now laugh at the concerns of a marginalized community. There isn't a Muslim American event I've been to where people weren't grateful for what Tucker has been saying. They lost family members to Israel and they appreciate him. I don't think it's right to mock our concerns and point of view on this issue. Dude, I just don't see Tucker actually being there for Muslims.
Well, if you voted in the last election in the hope that identity politics would go away, identity politics being the way of seeing the world through the lens of your particular group, your tribe, your identity, the qualities you were born with and the group into which you were born. If you thought that was a bad thing and you thought it would go away after 2024, well, surprise, surprise, it hasn't gone away. In fact, it's accelerated. And a lot of the conversation we have about it breaks along lines of, well, you know, I'm defending my group. I'm mad at your group. Let's have a debate about whether my group is good or bad. Or you shut up because you're criticizing my group. Okay. But if you think about it for a second, the debate itself is a sign of, well, impending collapse. Because no country, especially one that's the size of a continent that has hundreds of millions of people in it, can stick together unless there is a shared identity, a supra-identity, identity that looms over all other identities, that holds it together. It's not the force of law that holds countries together.
See, I fundamentally disagree with this. Like, we're all human beings. So we all automatically have a shared identity, no matter where you are, no matter what country you're in, no matter what country you go to, all of us have a shared identity. We don't need to be Americans or Ecuadorians or Europeans. Like that shit is just for common experiences that we share. But like, dude, we all share the common identity of just being human beings on a planet that's running out of resources. All the rest of this shit is just hand jive.
What is it to be an American? It's not just a dopey academic question. It really is the question that without an answer will lead to the breakup of the United States, and possibly sooner than any of us expected. And there's no answer for that question right now. And so the question...
Dude, this is the shit Riley Gaines was trying. What is it to be an American? They want to classify like what an American is.
Okay, you're here. Here are the rules. Here's the culture. Here's the language. If you're going to take from us and live in our neighborhoods and use our community hospitals and force the rest of us to put our grandparents on gurneys in the hallway for 2 days, you have to buy into our system. And nobody can say that. So what is the result? So I'll play a couple clips from Ilhan Omar, who is famous as one of the dumbest, of course, members of Congress. She has foreign policy views that are deeply offensive to, the neocons, which is why she's famous. But she's got a lot of views that are deeply offensive to normal people. She hates whites, and she just says that. You move to a white country and immediately start attacking white people. How does that work exactly? I don't know, but we tolerate it. We celebrate it. And of course, she's not even here legally. She got here on visa fraud because she married her brother. It's kind of been proven. So she's an illegal alien somehow serving in the United States Congress. How'd she get elected? Well, because there was critical mass of her fellow Somalis in her congressional district, so she got elected. So it's like worst case scenario all the way around. A dumb, bigoted person with anti-American views serves in the United States Congress, but that's not the worst of it. The worst of it is, as she serves the United States Congress, as she serves the American people, she's actually serving her real people, which are the Somali people, and she says so out loud.
Dude, again, this is about her being a Muslim. Like, of course it is, bro. Right? Like, yeah, Cenk, where are you? Where are you, Cenky? Look at that, dude. Look at this guy. This is your big Muslim-friendly buddy. Right? See, that's just it, dude. Tucker is he's not genuine. Yeah, I guess my thing with Cenk, though, and my thing with Cenk and Anna both have become unreliable allies of the Palestinians. And what do I mean by that? Okay? What I mean by that is that, like, I feel like Anna and Cenk are both more anti-Israel than they are pro-Palestinian. I feel like they are constantly raging and frothing at the mouth over Israel, but they're not, like, focusing on being pro-Palestinian. And that's really intriguing to me, because the people that are really pro-Palestinian are focused more on the pro-Palestinian part than they are anti-Israel too, but they're not just simply raging like Israel is making it so they can't have a life, okay? You know? And so that is like, I feel like Anna and Cenk are more about the attacking Israel than they are defending the Palestinians. And you know, and that to me is weird. Is like, so that's why they align with Tucker, because Tucker is not pro-Palestinian, he's anti-Israel. So they're aligning with other people that are anti-Israel because the anti-Israel is the most important part for them. And that's why the people that are pro-Palestinian, like Francesca and Sam Cedar and Emma Vigeland, Cenk's like, no, because Cenk isn't really about being pro-Palestinian. He is about being anti-Israel, and so is Anna. And I think they've taken a wrong turn, dude. Yeah, enemy of my enemy, exactly. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.